Hello everyone, welcome to another Creative Crafts Niche video. Today I'm sharing with you how to make your homemade Wibble Wobble or Action Wobble or however you want to call it. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a circle punch. Here I'm using a 5/8 of an inch circle punch so that I can cut out four circles. You're going to need your hot glue, of course, your hot glue gun. You can have any round object so that you can be able to make wrap your wire around your circular object. Here I have 3 springs that I put together. One, I used this chopstick, I use a marker, and I used a hot glue gun. I basically try to use things that I know you will have in your home to achieve your springs. Then here I'm using the Panacea 22 gauge wire, and I got this at Michael's, and I believe I got this for about $3 or $4, and I used a coupon for it if I'm not mistaken. So this is 8 ounces worth. Well, it says 8. I don't know what all these numbers mean, but anyways, it's a 22 gauge that I'm using here. You're also going to need a needle nose plier so that you can cut your wire and you can bend your wire. Then you're also going to need your cardstock, any color that you want. Usually you would use whatever color is on your card base. So if you have like a plain color on your card base, you would use that color, so like that it sort of disappears. I like using black on for my current projects. And so this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cardstock that I've been using my paper saving technique. So basically I'm going to be punching away in the center and leaving borders around it so that I can be able to use whatever of it I cannot use anymore as a border. So basically I would take a cardstock, any pattern paper or any other cardstock, and then I would layer it over it just like that. This is actually an 1/8 of an inch smaller, and as you can see, I can use it as a layer with all that behind it, and of course you will not be able to see it. Alright, so let's get started. What I usually like to do, another thing that you are going to need is a surface, so that when the glue spills over, it does not mess up the area. Right here I am actually using your Cricut cartridges, those packages that they come in. Well, this is that. I cut out a whole bunch of these. I have so many cartridges. I cut out both sides, and I've been using them as for my stamping. I've been using the containers for my markers to hold current projects that I'm working on, little kits that I have, and to hold my markers and my pens. Okay, so basically now what I'm going to use it also for is for my glue gun. So if it spills over, it's okay. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and spill some on here. It does not stick. Well, earlier it didn't stick, so I don't know if it's gonna do that there. So I purposely spill some there so that when it dries up, we'll see if it actually removes itself. But that's what happened earlier. I was able to take off the drop that fell there. So basically you just take your item and you start out by holding that wire there, and then just twist whatever it is that you have in your hand. You can also do the wire, but I don't like to cut it out so I don't waste any wire. And so I'll keep twisting that, just like that, till I have 4 rings around it. So basically here I have 3. I have the edge that I started with, and then I'm going to meet up one more time with that end right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my needle nose plier. Take this out first. And remove that. Okay, so basically you would do that around any circular object that you choose. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and I'm going to take one end of the wire, and I'm going to twist that in towards the center, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other end, just like that. Then I'm going to grab my puncher, and I'm going to come in here, and if you have sometimes where you punch little hearts and there like little connections there, all you do is just grab your scissors, snip it right through, and go ahead, punch out your circle. Okay, and then you do that 4 times for each wobble that you're going to create. Then what I like to do is I like to take 2 of them at the same time. Then I'll grab my scissors and I'll cut all the way to the center. Alright? Then I'll grab one of them. This is probably too small for this project, so I'm going to move on to a smaller one. So I'll basically slide in that edge right there, just like that. Just like that. And then what I try to do is I try to turn it around and make sure that it's nicely centered. Okay. It's nicely centered on the circle. And sometimes what I do is I'll grab my tweezers to help me out here. Okay, and then let's see something here. Hold on. Come on, it has to work for me. I want to get this accomplished before my storage runs out. Okay. There we go. Come on. Okay, now that I'm on camera, it wants to give me a little bit of a challenge. Okay, there I have it centered. And then I'll go ahead and grab my hot glue, put some hot glue there. Don't worry about your tweezers because you're going to remove it fast. And then I'll take the other one that I did not clip and I'll put it over, remove my tweezers, and just press down. Okay, and if you get any hot glue that spills over, don't worry, just immediately, pull it out. See, it wants to act up, super acting up now because I'm creating it on video, but I never have so much extra to do when I'm doing them. I actually get them done really quick. I don't like the way that one's turning out. It's not centered the way I like it. Okay. All right. Anyways, moving on. Now I'll take the other piece and do the same thing. Lift this up a bit. Okay, so that one is working out better. So I'll go ahead, put some more hot glue here. This time I'm just going to put a little bit less than before so it doesn't squeeze over so much. Put the other piece right there. Squeeze down, pull out my tweezers. Hold that down a bit. And then what I like to do is I like to just, you know, bring them out a bit, separate it a bit. Make sure that all the glue is, you know, out. And if there's some there, don't worry. As long as it doesn't interfere with the wobbling, it's fine. And so, to try out our wobble, I'm going to remove this wobble from a previous project that I've done with my kids because it's really, really flimsy. This is using the 26 gauge and it's really, really flimsy. So alright. And then what I like to do is, if it's like a big cut, I like to lay it on top just like that to make sure like where I should place it. Like this is a little bit uneven. Let's see. And so basically, depending on how it lays nicely, I know where I want it. So if this were a bigger image, then I would know where exactly to put it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some here. Actually, let me see. Just put some here. I'm going to need to use my other piece here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put it here. And then put some more here. Okay. Then I'll place him right there, and then I'll just press down for a couple of seconds. And then there we have our wobble. Okay, and earlier I mentioned that this would not stick, and it actually does stick. I think the reason why it didn't stick was because the glue wasn't that hot, and so it didn't stick. But I believe you can just remove this using your tool from your Cricut toolkit. And this is the blade, the flat blade tool. You could just, you know, bring it up like that. Be careful that you don't cut yourself. And there. And so that's another use that you can use out of that. That's how you'll make the Wibble Wobbles. If you have any questions, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know whatever questions you have. And I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.